Welcome to the inaugural season of Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now it's time for your Gresham Grey Wolves pregame show.
The clouds have broken up and the sun is shining here in Kelowna in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. It didn't look like the Grey Wolves would be able to get the final game of this three-game series with the Kelowna Falcons in tonight, but the rain has died off and the sun is beating down on Elk Stadium here in Kelowna. There is no tarp here in Kelowna, so the fact that it rained from about noon to 3 in the afternoon constantly made it look like the game wouldn't get rained out. But the field here at Elk Stadium holds water very well, and the normally very dry infield looks darker than it normally does. The field looks ready to go, and so do the Grey Wolves here in Game 3 of this Game 3 game series. After taking Game 2 in the series last night in a 6-4 win, the Grey Wolves will go for the first series sweep of the season in the final game here in Kelowna. The Grey Wolves started off the scoring in the first inning, scoring 2 runs after 2 walks and a double from Southern Illinois product and center fielder Ryan Smith. The Grey Wolves tacked on 3 more runs in the 4th inning after UC Davis outfielder Mark Cardinale doubled down the third baseline, missing a home run by inches. San Jose State second baseman Michael Breen then singled, scoring Cardinale, who advanced to third on a flyout to center by Columbia University Matt Carroll. Breen and Cal Poly shortstop Dylan Doherty who was hit by a pitch to reach base, came around to score on a Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. single. Breen scored in the 8th inning as well after singling, stealing second and reaching third on a throwing error on the play by the catcher. Breen scored on an error by the shortstop that Doherty forced in the next at-bat. Grey Wolves starter Rylan Luchuk out of Corbin University lasted 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs in the outing. Luchuk had allowed just 6 hits and walked just 2 batters while striking out 5 in his appearance. Luchuk's earned average sits at just 0.75 after the outing, his first earned runs of the season. Cal Poly reliever Michael Clark came in for the 8th and 9th inning, allowing 2 runs in the 9th, but getting out of the game and preserving the win for the Gresham Grey Wolves. Grey Wolves will send 6'7" right-hander David Wallum to the mound tonight. David Wallum just signed his letter of intent to play at Washington State University to become a Washington State Cougar. Wallum finished up his first year of collegiate baseball at Lynn Benton Community College down in Albany, Oregon, but will make the transition to Division I baseball and Pac-12 baseball here in the spring. Wallum enters tonight's game with a 1.88 ERA and 29 2/3 innings pitched. Wallum has struck out 23 batters so far this summer and will sling his fastball in at 90-plus miles an hour tonight. Sitting at 6'7" and at 60 feet away on a 2-foot-tall mound, Wallum releases the ball at such a high angle that the ball is almost coming straight down on these hitters and is very difficult to hit coming in at 90 miles an hour. Wallum will look to utilize his size and his high velocity to keep the Kelowna batters off the bases in Game 3 of this 3-game series between the 2 West Coast League foes. We're going to go over tonight's starting lineups here in Kelowna, starting with the home team, the Kelowna Falcons. They will send the center fielder Chandler Robertson to the plate first, followed by Lane Lacrone playing second base. Bowen Ogata will play third. Daniel Neist will play first base. Jesse Moore will play in left field. AJ Sawyer will play in right field. Brent Sitta will be behind the plate. Max Carter is the DH tonight, and Brad Antchak will be playing shortstop. For the Grey Wolves, we see Curtis Perrin leading off for the Grey Wolves for his first appearance of this 3-game series. He'll be playing second base, wearing number 9. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will move back into a defensive position, playing designated hitter last night, playing in right field tonight. Ryan Rodriguez will play at first base. Connor Zickafoos will play at third. Ryan Smith, the speedy center fielder, will play in center. Mark Cardinale will move to DH tonight. Josh Adams will move over to left field from right field. And Ben Klenke will be behind the plate with Michael Breen hitting ninth at shortstop. The Kelowna Falcons will send Cameron Jack out of Mount Hood Community College to the mound tonight to face off against the Gresham Grey Wolves. We'll be back here as it looks like the field is almost prepared and the teams are almost ready, and The national anthems will be sung here pretty soon. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills. Getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howling time.
Howling good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to the pregame show here. I'm Fletcher Like, calling all the games on the road for the Gresham Grey Wolves. Tonight's starter David Wallum comes back out to the mound after his last appearance on July 1st at Kitsap, where he pitched 8 full innings, allowing just 1 hit, walking 3 and striking out 6 in his 8 innings of work. Gresham Grey Wolves lost the contest 1-0 in heartbreak walk-off fashion in Kitsap. David Wallum and company will look to avenge that last loss that David Wallum had in his last appearance, as Grey Wolves have only won 1 game when David Wallum has taken the mound in his first appearance on June 11th against Yakima. He pitched 6 full innings, allowing just 6 hits and no runs in a 5-0 win over Yakima Valley Pippins. Once again, we'll go over the starting lineups as the umpires and coaches have gone over the ground rules and exchanged lineups for the home team. The Kelowna Falcons, they will send Sawyer into right, Robertson into center, and Moore in left. Ogata will play third, Antchak at shortstop, Lacrone at second, Nist at first base, Sitta behind the plate, and Jack from Mount Hood Community College will take the mound. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will start in right field for the Grey Wolves, Ryan Smith in center, Josh Adams will play in left, Connor Zikafus will play third base, Michael Breen will play short, Curtis Perrin will play second base, Ryan Rodriguez will play first. Ben Klenke will play behind the plate. And David Wallum will be your starter for the Gresham Grey Wolves, posting a 1.88 ERA and a 1-1 record, allowing just 6 runs in total in his appearances in 28.2 thirds inning, with 23 strikeouts to his name. The starting lineups are being announced by the PA announcer, and the national anthems will be set right after that. We'll send you out to the crowd here in Kelowna.
In the left field, number 24, Jesse Moore. And running out will be Ryder and Dylan. In the right field, big number 22, A.J. Sawyer. And running out with A.J. is Logan and Cody. The catcher for your Kelowna Falcons tonight, number 38, Brent Sitta. And running out with Brent is Luke. Your designated hitter on for the night is number 8, Max Carter. Shortstop, number 7, Brad Anchak. And running out with Brad is Dom and Lucas. And the starting pitcher tonight for your Kelowna Falcons from Mount Hood Community College, big number 13, Cameron Jack. And running out is Kai. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we ask you to rise, remove your hats, and face the flags for the singing of the national anthems as presented to the bronze medalist at the underwater bubble blowing competition, Harmony Taste.
Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Oh, let's make some noise for Harmony Taste. I don't want to forget the coaching staff. Head coach here, Kelowna Falcons, Brian Donahue, his assistant coaches, Mike Bennett and Scott Stone, and the Mosquito AAA Sun Devils, Gerald and Paul. Thanks to the coaching staff. We have 2 people throwing out the first ball tonight. The first one is going to be Kai from the Sun Devils. We're just going to let Kai throw.
Live from Osland Field at Mount Hood Community College, this is Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball starts now.
Welcome to Kelowna, Canada, here at Elks Stadium here in Kelowna, as the Grey Wolves face off against the Kelowna Falcons in Game 3 of this 3-game series. The Grey Wolves took Game 1 and Game 2 with scores of 3-2 and 6-4 here, as the Grey Wolves will face off against Mount Hood Community College product Cameron Jack, who just finished up his freshman year down in Gresham, Oregon, where the Grey Wolves play their home games at Osland Field. Grey Wolves have traveled up to Kelowna, Canada from Gresham, Oregon to play this 3-game series, as the Grey Wolves will get set to face off against the Falcons in Game 3. Grey Wolves will send Curtis Perrin, Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., and Ryan Rodriguez to the plate to start off the first inning here in Game 3. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. posts the best batting average here for the team, as he's the second batter here for the Grey Wolves. He's got 33 hits so far this season, with 4 doubles and a triple and 12 walks. Curtis Perrin posts a .158 batting average with 6 hits and 38 at-bats, with a triple and a double so far to his name, and 16 walks. So look for the Grey Wolves to get on base early here against Mount Hood Community College product Cameron Jack, as the Grey Wolves will look to put a number on the board here early in the game, just like they did last night when leadoff batter Dylan Doherty got on base after a walk. And then the number 3 batter, Jack Johnson, walked as well, and Ryan Smith doubled, scoring both of them, as it looked like Jack Johnson was almost about to lap Dylan Doherty, who got a really good jump at first base on the hit by Ryan Smith, was just about 5 steps behind Dylan Doherty coming around third base, as Curtis Perrin will step into the left-handed batter's box. Grey Wolves are wearing their gold digital camo jerseys tonight with gray pants and black socks, as the first pitch from Jack is a ball upstairs for ball number 1. Game time 6:39. As the 1-0 pitch is a called strike right over the top of the plate for a 1-1 count now to Curtis Perrin. The 1-1 pitch is outside for ball number 2, so it's going to be 2-1 to Curtis Perrin, .158 batting average. Last time he played was July 5th in a 4-0 loss to Walla Walla, as this 2-1 pitch is hard hit to first base, but it's going to get through the diving attempt by Nist and get all the way into right field, as Curtis Perrin will get on base with a leadoff single for the Grey Wolves. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. now, the right fielder for the Grey Wolves, will step into the batter's box. He's a right-handed batter, wearing that gold digital camo top and black socks, no stirrups. Curtis Perrin wearing stirrups at first base, taking his lead off of Jack. As the first pitch is shown bunt by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. inside for ball number 1. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. had 3 hits last night, all singles in the game. He had an RBI in the 4th, as the 1-0 pitch is upstairs near his neck for ball number 2. Mitchell Jr. with 8 RBIs in the season. Curtis Perrin over at first base taking his lead. Deep squad over at first base, as Curtis Perrin will drop back to the bag after the 2-0 pitch is low and outside for ball number 3. So Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. quickly ahead in this count, 3-0, as the Grey Wolves and the Kelowna Falcons are still deadlocked after just 1 batter and 3 pitches to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. The 3-0 pitch is in the dirt, ball 4, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. earns a 4-pitch walk, and he'll head to first base, and Curtis Perrin will move over to second base. Now up Ryan Rodriguez. Ryan Rodriguez playing first base tonight at Dixie State. Coming from a school down in California. Butte College, now playing at Dixie State. As he's got a runner in scoring position here with no outs for the Grey Wolves. Holding a tan piece of lumber in his hand, and he's going to show bunt, and the ball's going to be right down the middle for strike number 1 as Ryan Rodriguez pulls back on the pitch. He will get his signs from manager Justin Barkus down at third base, the third base coach tonight as well. As the base runners Curtis Parent at second and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at first base will take their leads after getting their signs. Ryan Rodriguez will square around early. First baseman Nist is way up on down the line at first base as the ball is attempted bunt but missed by Ryan Rodriguez. So it's going to be 0-2 now, and the bunt is going to be off most likely here as Ryan Rodriguez had a multi-hit game in game 1 of this series, singling and doubling in the 3rd and 4th innings respectively in game 1. The 0-2 pitch is inside for ball number 1. Ryan Rodriguez pointing his bat like Babe Ruth does out to center field, holding it until Jack comes set on the mound. Comes set, delivers, swung on, slapped into right field. It's going to get down the baseline. Curtis Parent is going to be waved around third base. The throw from right field is cut off by the first baseman and thrown home, but not in time to get Curtis Parent standing up at home plate as the Grey Wolves score the first run of the inning and first run of the game here with no outs and runners at first and second now after Ryan Smith's single.
Next up for Gresham, third baseman Connor Zickafoos.
Connor Zickafoos will now step into the batter's box out of Chapman University down in California. And he will look at a first pitch low for ball number 1 from Jack. Cameron Jack, the righty for the Kelowna Falcons, stands at 6'1", weighs 195. As the Falcons are back to their navy blue uniforms with their white pants. Cameron Jack wearing his pants at his knees with dark blue socks. He'll come set and deliver, and it's going to be low again as Connor Zickafoos does not offer at the pitch. It's going to be 2-0 now as Brent Sitta will go out to the mound and have a little chat with Cameron Jack. And Connor Zickafoos will relax a little outside the left-handed batter's box. Connor Zickafoos playing his first year of collegiate baseball down at Chapman University as a freshman, hit .437 for Chapman. A fantastic year for Connor, as not very many freshmen can say that they hit .437 in their first year of college baseball. As he will step back into the batter's box here, waiting for Cameron Jack to come set. Ryan Rodriguez at first taking his lead after his single, which moved Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. to second base after his 4-pitch walk. The 2-0 pitch is hit down the line, right down the baseline as Neist will go over and get the ball, run over and tap first base to record the first out as Ryan Rodriguez moves to second and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. moves over to third base on the put out. So there's 1 out in the inning. And the Grey Wolves lead 1-0 here as they've scored a run in the first inning for the second time in a row, scoring 2 last night. As Cameron Jack will step onto the rubber with his right foot and face off against Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith had 2 doubles last night and a walk as the first pitch to Smith is outside and low for ball number 1. Ryan Smith with that double in the first inning last night, scoring 2 runs, Dylan Doherty and Jack Johnson. And a double to lead off the 5th inning, but could not come around to score. The 1-0 pitch inside, but called strike to Ryan Smith as he shakes his head and says, and motions that one was inside to the home plate umpire. Mitchell Jr. at third base, Ryan Rodriguez at second. as Ryan Smith will step out of the batter's box as the catcher sees something coming over the fence, and it's a softball that has made its way out of the adjacent softball ballpark behind center field. And time will be put back in play, and Cameron Jack will step back onto the mound as the center fielder Robertson went out and retrieved the ball and threw it back over into the softball field. Mitchell Jr. bluffing down at third base. The 1-1 pitch is slapped into right field. High fly ball. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will tag on the play and advance home on the sacrifice by Ryan Smith. Ryan Rodriguez does not advance as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. comes around to score on the sacrifice fly.
Next up for the Grey Wolves, their designated hitter, Mark Cardinale.
So the Grey Wolves have scored 2 runs in the first inning 2 nights in a row as Mark Cardinale will step into the batter's box. Mark Cardinale doubling in the 4th inning last night, went 1 for 4. Inches away from hitting a home run, his first home run for the Grey Wolves, not coming last night. Just inches shy of clearing the fence as the first pitch to Cardinale is outside. Cardinale playing his baseball at UC Davis, just finished up his junior year down there in Davis, California. He's got a runner in scoring position. It's Ryan Rodriguez at second base as the 1-0 pitch just gets a piece of it into the back netting here at Elk Stadium. Cardinale hitting .283 for the Grey Wolves with 17 hits, 3 doubles and 2 triples to his name with 5 RBIs. As the 1-1 pitch, Cameron Jack delivers, swung on, and fouled back into the netting here again. So it's going to be 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner at second base. The Grey Wolves are leading 2-0 here, scoring a run with no outs in the inning and scoring a run with 1 out. Cardinale into the batter's box, waving his bat, as Cameron Jack will come set on the mound for the Falcons. Delivery 1-2 over the top of the third base, and it's going to be called foul. Just over the bag and just foul, as it did not land in fair territory after passing the bag. So it's going to be a 1-2 count now as Cardinale will come back to the batter's box and retrieve his bat from the home plate umpire, who graciously gives it back to Cardinale, who emphatically said foul and raised up his hands as Ryan Rodriguez was being waved around by manager Justin Barkas. Time is put back in after the foul ball. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Ryan Rodriguez at second base, the first baseman. Mark Cardinale, designated hitter, sees the 1-2 pitch high up at his head for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch swung on. High fly ball, deep left field. Ryan Rodriguez coming around third base. As Jesse Moore will make the catch on the warning track, as that ball did not have enough carry on it. A deep fly ball as Mark Cardinale flies out to left field at the end of the inning. But the Grey Wolves strike and score 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors, leaving 1 base runner, as the Grey Wolves will head to the bottom of the first inning, and David Wallen will come out to start the game for the Gresham Grey Wolves. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum-ba-dum-bum, bum-bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
For your Kelowna Falcons.
Chandler Robertson, the center fielder for the Falcons, will step into the batter's box here at Elk Stadium for the Kelowna Falcons as the Gresham Grey Wolves lead 2-0 after scoring 2 runs in the top of the first. This is game 3 here in Kelowna, as 6-7 righty will come set out of the windup and deliver the 3/4 slot action outside for ball number 1. David Wallem with a 1.88 ERA. Just signed his letter of intent to play at Washington State next year as the 1-0 pitch is right down the middle for strike number 1. Had a long chat with David Wallem today at lunch. We had McDonald's. As the 1-1 pitch is one hopper over to Michael Breen. He'll play it on a hop, and the throw is going to be very high and off the bag towards home plate from Michael Breen. Ryan Rodriguez comes off the bag, comes down, and makes the tag at first base to get Chandler Robertson. As Lane Lacrone will now step into the batter's box for the Falcons. After that ground out. Lane Lacrone out of Colorado State Mesa. In Mesa, Colorado, as the first pitch from David Wallem was a strike as Lane Lacrone was looking to push bunt there from the right-handed batter's box. Lacrone with the blue stirrups, the white pants at his knees. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, ball number 1 from David Wallem. One pitch from the Lynn Benton Community College product out of Vancouver, Washington. And the 1-1 pitch is going to be skied out of play into the Grey Wolves bullpen as Michael Clark will jokingly try to catch that ball with his bare hand, and it falls to the displeasure and the laughs of the other pitchers in the bullpen. David Wallem will come set on the mound. The 6-7 righty comes set, the 1-2 pitch delivered, swung on, slapped into center field. Ryan Smith is there to make the catch in center field as David Wallem now has 2 outs here in the first inning. And the Grey Wolves lead 2-0 as Wallem will slap his hand into his mitt in appreciation of Ryan Smith's speed out in center field and quickness to track that ball down in shallow right center field. Bowen Ogata will step into the batter's box, the righty for Mount Hood Community College. One of 4 Mount Hood Community College players on this Kelowna Falcons team, as the first pitch is just outside from David Wallem to Bowen Ogata. One 0 count, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 pitch, grounded left side. Michael Breen will take it with his backhand and make a strike over to Ryan Rodriguez at first base this time to retire the side. So 2 ground outs and a fly out or get David Wallem out of the first inning, as the Grey Wolves will now head back to the batter's box and look to tack on some more runs here in Kelowna, leading 2-0. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 8288.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as Josh Adams and a UC Santa Barbara will step into the batter's box. Josh Adams playing in left field tonight. He played in right field last night. Made some fantastic plays off the bat to make some catches in right field last night as the first pitch to Adams is outside for ball number 1. Adams finished last night with a single, 1 for 4. And playing some good defense out in right field. Adams out of UC Santa Barbara, a team that made it to Omaha for the first time in school history after a walk-off grand slam in a super regional against Louisville, number 2 national seed. As the number 3 team from the Big West made it to Omaha. UC Santa Barbara and Arizona, the 2 teams from the West Coast that made it to Omaha. As the 2-0 pitches, a high grounder to first base that Neist will grab and step on the bag, hugging the line for out number 1.
Number 22, Ben Klenke, and your beer batter.
Ben Klenke, the number 8 batter, will step into the batter's box. He is the catcher tonight, catching David Wallum, as he will step into the left-handed batter's box out of the University of Nebraska. Ben Klenke with a .282 batting average and 11 hits with 4 doubles as he swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's going to be just foul down the first baseline as the fans are going nuts here as it has been announced that Ben Klenke is the beer batter, which means if he strikes out, fans get $3 beers for 15 minutes. It's an 0-1 count, and a curveball is going to get the outside part of the plate. As you can hear, the fans erupt a little bit more. They want that cheaper beer, and Ben Klenke wants to save the embarrassment. As the last time he was a beer batter up in Victoria, he won the man $500 because he struck out 3 times as the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball number 1. Klenke's teammates harassing him for the rest of the trip after winning that man $500 to a local restaurant. The 1-2 pitch, 1 out, swung on, chopped foul down towards Michael Pena, the first base coach for the Grey Wolves. As Ben Klenke is doing just about everything he can to not strike out here early in the game. Ben Klenke is from Seward, Nebraska. 6'2", 190-pound catcher as the 1-2 pitch is fouled off again, just this time into the netting in front of the first baseline stands. It'll bounce to Michael Breen, the on-deck batter, and he'll toss it over to the Falcons dugout as the Falcons, the home team, are in charge of bringing game balls out to the umpire. The 1-2 pitch, delivered, swung on, high fly ball, foul territory. The catcher is underneath it, and Sitta will make the catch for out number 1 as Ben Klenke will go back to the dugout after the pop-up to the catcher.
Shortstop, Michael Breen.
That'll bring up Michael Breen. Playing shortstop tonight. He played second base last night at San Jose State University. Michael Breen hitting .213 with 16 hits and 10 RBIs. Second most on the team, Ryan Smith with 11. First pitch swung on and missed. Fastball just behind it. One count to Michael Breen. The shortstop, Cameron Jack, delivers a cut fastball outside for ball number 1. With Curtis Perrin, the second baseman, in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch, slung in there for a strike inside part of the plate, as Michael Breen does not offer at it. It's going to be a 1-2 count now, as he will wave his bat. And comes set as Cameron Jack delivers outside. Off-speed pitch in the dirt, just in front of the left-handed batter's box, and Cita will get a ball from the umpire and toss it back out to Cameron Jack. Michael Breen has had 75 at-bats this season with 16 hits. He has a double and a triple to his name. And he's stolen 9 bases, second most on the team as well. 2-2 pitches, just foul down the third baseline. Hard hit, and a pitcher from the Grey Wolves bullpen will jump over the fence and go retrieve that foul ball in foul territory. 2-2 pitches outside and low for ball number 3. The home plate umpire and catcher Cita asking for the first base umpire to see if he went. He did not go. Michael Breen now 3-2, swung on. And that one's going to get out of play down the first baseline into the metal bleachers out in the first base foul ball territory. And a plethora of young baseball fans will go out and try to retrieve that ball, all running for it. They all seem to be a little late, though. 3-2 pitch. It's going to be inside and low for ball number 4, and Michael Breen will take a base.
Back to the top of the order for the Grey Wolves.
His first walk of the series. That'll bring up Curtis Perrin, leadoff batter for the Grey Wolves. Curtis Perrin singling in the first. As the Grey Wolves had 3 hits in the first, as the first pitch to Curtis Perrin is a called strike over the plate. Michael Breen over at first base. Oh, 1 pitch is outside for ball number 1. Curtis Perrin hitting .155 coming into the series and the game. Batting average going up a little bit after his hit. And the 1-1 pitch is way outside as Curtis Perrin showed bunt with 2 outs. Bunting for a base hit there, but pulled it back as the ball was about 2.5 feet outside in the other batter's box. Curtis Perrin, the left-handed batter. Standing at 5'7", and is the 2-1 pitches again outside, and it's going to be a 3-1 count with 2 outs now to Curtis Perrin, wearing number 9 with the black stirrups, the gray pants, and the gold digital camo uniforms. Waving a black and burgundy bat as the 3-1 pitches a curveball over the middle of the plate for strike number 2. Curtis Perrin now with a full count. Michael Breen taking a big lead over at first base, and Cameron Jack will step off the mound and look over at first base. There's no hold. First baseman Neist is not holding Breen at first. 3-2 pitch is outside as Michael Breen was taking off towards third base to get a jump. And he'll head back to second base as
Jeffrey Mitchell.
Curtis Perrin has now reached base twice in a row for the Grey Wolves after that walk. So 2 straight walks by Jack. Put runners on first and second for Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., and this is a dangerous man to face with a .355 batting average and 8 RBIs, a triple, and 4 doubles. As the first pitch he sees is a called strike. Mitchell Jr. with 3 singles last night to bring his hit total to 33 for the season in this Collegiate Summer Baseball League on the West Coast. The 0-1 pitch is inside for a called strike. It's going to be 0-2 now to the Golden Bear, Mitchell Jr. Golden Bear is the mascot for the University of California. As the 0-2 pitch is reached, slapped towards the shortstop left side, and the ball will be slung over from Anchak to Lacrone to retire the side, getting Curtis Perrin on a fielder's choice. 2 walks, no runs, 1 man left on as the Grey Wolves will go to the bottom of the second, and David Wallen will come back out to face off against the Falcons. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. Come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball as first baseman Daniel Nist will step into the batter's box for the Kelowna Falcons. Here, the number 4 batter will face off against David Wallum, the 6'7" righty, and he'll deliver a first pitch stomach high for ball number 1. David Wallum going 8 innings in his last appearance at Kitsap as the 1-0 pitch is neck high over the top of the plate for ball number 2. David Wallum, 6'7", 230, out of Vancouver, Washington. His birthday was yesterday, so he is now 19 years old in 1 day. As the 2-0 pitch is outside, looks like it might have gotten the bit of the plate, but it's going to be a 3-0 count now to Daniel Neist. 3-0 from David Wallum. Delivers 3/4 action right down the middle for strike number 1. Nist not offering at that pitch. 3-0 count, not swinging. So it's going to be a 3-1 count. David Wallum will come out of the windup and deliver a 5-pitch walk to the first baseman Nist. Ben Klinke will call time and trot out and talk with David Wallum. As Jesse Moore will step into the batter's box for the Falcons. Ben Klinke will come back behind the plate, squat down in his red catching gear, his red shin guards, his red chest protector, red helmet, and red mask out of the University of Nebraska. David Wallum will look over at first base, come set out of the stretch and deliver. And it's going to be outside for ball number 1 with Jesse Moore showing bunt. And Connor Zickafoos over at third base, rushing in on the bunt shown by Moore. Jesse Moore playing in left field tonight. As Moore will show bunt again. And just going to get a piece of it, and it's going to go into Ben Clanky's glove, and it's going to be a 1-1 count now, with the Grey Wolves leading 2-0. The 1-1 pitch is laid down on a bunt by Jesse Moore, and it's going to be thrown over by Wallum to first base to get Jesse Moore. But Daniel Neist will go over on the sacrifice. And that'll bring up A.J. Sawyer. As the first pitch from Wallum to A.J. Sawyer is a called strike right down the middle for strike number 1 with a runner at second base. The 0-1 pitch is just outside for ball number 1. One pitch, swung on. Shallow right field. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will make the catch underneath it and throw the ball in nonchalantly to Curtis Perrin, as Neist will not advance on the catch. That'll bring up Brent Sita after the fly out to right field. As David Wallum now has 2 outs in the inning. And Brent Sita up to the plate. Sita played in left field last night. Mixes up between left field and behind the plate catcher, as the first pitch from Wallum is low for ball number 1. One-0 pitch. David Wallum swung on and missed by Brent Sita. Will be a 1-1 count now. Two outs, runner at second base after Neist was moved over on a sacrifice bunt. Starting off the inning with a walk for the Falcons, as the 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, smothered by Ben Clanky. No advance by Neist out at second base. Two 2-1 count now. 2-1 pitches. Shallow right field, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is not going to get there. The throw from right field is not in time, as Neist is coming around to score, and the tag by Ben Clanky is not in time, waving around to his left as Neist got around it. As Neist comes around to score on Brent Sita's single. That'll bring up Max Carter, the designated hitter for the Falcons. The first pitch to Carter is a strike with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Infield is looking like it's drying up here as the sun has been beaming down since 3 o'clock. The 0-1 pitch is right up the middle, and Curtis Perrin is right there to smother it and step on the bag as he grabbed that grounder right on top of the bag right before Sita was able to get to second base, as David Wallum gets out of the inning with just 1 run on 1 hit with nobody left on base, as the fielder's choice by Perrin retires Max Carter. We'll be back here to start the third inning here from Elk Stadium as the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 after 2 full innings. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in a dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark! You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Welcome back for the third inning of baseball here at Elk Stadium in Kelowna, Canada. As Ryan Rodriguez, Connor Zickafoos, and Ryan Smith will be the 3 batters to be guaranteed at bats here in the inning. As the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here after 2 innings. Ryan Rodriguez, the first baseman, stepping into the batter's box. The 6'4" infielder and outfielder as he turns away from an inside fastball for ball number 1. Rodriguez wearing highlighter yellow batting gloves with red inside hands, similar to the ones that David Ortiz of the Red Sox wears. The 1-0 pitch is inside again, this time a little bit lower and closer to the plate. It's going to be 2-0 now to Ryan Rodriguez, who makes the tan wooden bat in his hand look like a little stick. 6'4", very muscular man. Sees the 2-0 pitch inside again. This one just almost grazing the inside part of his shirt. And it's going to be 3-0 early in the count from Cameron Jack. As Ryan Rodriguez will step back into the batter's box with a 3-0 count and most likely a hold sign on. And he does not swing at the pitch up at his shoulder, and he will take a 4-pitch walk and head on down to first base. That'll bring up Connor Zickafoos, who Ryan Rodriguez singled in his last at-bat. Connor Zickafoos grounded out in his last at-bat, as there's going to be a little meeting on the mound from the manager, and the whole entire infield is going to congregate on top of the mound. Connor Zickafoos out of Chapman University hit .437 in his freshman year down in Orange, California. As Connor Zickafoos will wait for this, what will be a pitching change, as Cameron Jack is going to come out of the game. And a new pitcher will come on to face Connor Zickafoos with a runner at first base. And we're just 2 full innings into this baseball game, and there's already a pitching change by the Falcons. So we'll take a short break and let you know who it is. Here after this short break, you're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Target at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howling time.
partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Connor Zickafoos will now step into the batter's box and face off against Cody Algrim at a Pacific University. Sophomore, 6-foot righty. Face off against left-handed batter Connor Zickafoos. So a righty for righty change, as there might be some concern about starter Cameron Jack's arm possibly, or any other part of his body. As the first pitch from Connor Zickafoos is a ball up in the zone. So there's no outs. Ryan Rodriguez is at first base after his walk. And the delivery from the 1-0 pitch from Algrim is a strike. Algrim with a little funky delivery. It's very robotic, as he delivers 100% over the top. As the 1-0 pitch, Ryan Rodriguez takes off from first base, and it's going to be a stolen base for Ryan Rodriguez as he gets in with the stolen bases. The throw is way off to the right from the catcher, Sita. A good piece of running there by Ryan Rodriguez to get a good jump on Cody Algrim, as his delivery to home plate was a little slow there. Good coaching from Justin Barkas and Michael Pena to give him a little bit of a heads up and say, hey, take off on this pitch. So it's going to be 1-2 count after the strike to Connor Zickafoos. The 1-2 pitch is going to be fouled into the netting over the top of the umpire's head. Cody Algrim will come set with Ryan Rodriguez at second base. Look back at Ryan Rodriguez a couple times. The long hold there out on the mound as the 1-2 pitch is a curveball swung on, missed in the dirt, and the throw from Sita to first base will be in time to get Connor Zickafoos on the strikeout. 2-3 put out.
Next up for Gresham, center fielder Ryan Smith.
That'll bring up Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith hitting .333 for the season, 31 hits, 93 at-bats, 31 hits, 93 at-bats, 11 RBIs and 7 doubles. Hit 2 last night as this pitch, the first pitch is skied high, very high, inside the infield, and the pitcher will make the catch for out number 2. Ryan Rodriguez will retreat back to second base, and Ryan Smith will retreat back to the dugout after that pop-up to the pitcher. That'll bring up Mark Cardinale playing DH for the Grey Wolves tonight. Cardinale hitting .283 and 60 at-bats with 17 hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 RBIs. And a runner in a scoring position. First baseman Ryan Rodriguez is second after a stolen base after a leadoff walk. First pitch to Cardinale is low. As Cody Algrim will come set. Pacific University product, not to be confused with University of Pacific, as the 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. Pacific University is in Forest Grove, Oregon, and University of the Pacific is in California. in Stockton, if I'm not mistaken. The 2-0 pitch to Cardinale is inside part of the plate for strike number 1, so it's going to be a 2-1 count. 2 outs. Grey Wolves lead 2-1 with Ryan Rodriguez on second base for the second time tonight. A single and a walk for Ryan Rodriguez. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Out in front of it was Cardinale out of UC Davis. One of 2 UC Davis players on this Grey Wolves team. Algren from Colorado Springs, Colorado will step off the mound and force Ryan Rodriguez to go back to the bag as Cardinale will step back into the batter's box. The right-handed hitter facing off against the right-handed pitcher, Algren. As the manager for the Falcons is out of the dugout, but just pauses there. As the 2-2 pitch is a curveball in the dirt that the catcher Sita loses for a little bit, but the dugout yells at him that it's at his feet, and he finds it underneath his feet without Ryan Rodriguez advancing to third base on the pitch. It's a full count now. 2 outs in the inning. It's the top of the third as the Grey Wolves lead 2-1, scoring 2 runs in the first, and Falcons scoring 1 in the second. 3-2 pitch, swung on, high chopper, third base. The third baseman will take multiple steps towards first base while looking at Ryan Rodriguez, who is bluffing towards third, make a throw over to first base, as Ogata will throw it over to Nice to retire Cardinale on the ground out. We'll head back to this break as the Grey Wolves and David Wallen will come back out for the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball as the Grey Wolves lead the Falcons 2-1. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the
You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Ben Klenke, the catcher, throws down to second base, and David Wallem gets the ball from the third baseman, Connor Zickafoos, after the ball is tossed around the infield. Wallem high-fives Connor Zickafoos, and Zickafoos will head back over to third base as Brad Anchak, the shortstop, will step into the batter's box to face David Wallem for the first time tonight here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch is swung on and fouled off into the top of the netting and land back right behind Ben Klenke, the catcher. David Wallem coming set out of the windup, the 6-7 righty, 3/4 slot action, and Anchak slivers one into the Falcons' dugout as a couple of heads could have been taken off by that hot shot into the dugout. It's an open dugout as the dugout is a small canopy hut with a fence about 10 feet extended from the dugout. And the 0-2 pitch is skied into center field, and Ryan Smith will get underneath it very easily and make the catch with little to no effort and bring up Chandler Robertson after the fly out to center field. Chandler Robertson, in his last at-bat, grounded out to Michael Breen, the shortstop for the Grey Wolves. The left-handed batter playing center field. Throws right-handed, bats left-handed. Listed at 5'11", 195 out of Murray State College. As the first pitch from Wallem is outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch swung on, laced into left field, but Josh Adams will make the catch as he takes 2 steps forward, stops and makes a catch in left field. Not having to make much effort there either, as 2 flyouts in the inning bring up Lane LeCrone, who flew out to center field in his last at-bat. So David Wallem pitching to contact right now. No strikeouts so far in the game. The 6'7" righty delivering the first pitch to Lane LeCrone. Off-speed pitch, called a ball low in the zone. As the 1-0 pitch is chopped over to the left side, Michael Breen will take it on a 1-hop. High at his head and make a throw over to Ryan Rodriguez to retire the side. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball as the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here in Kelowna over the Kelowna Falcons. We're going to take a short break here and come back for the 4th inning here on Grey Wolves Live.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during the inaugural season, contact Derek Hardy at 503-890-8827. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a
Partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howling time.
It's a howling good time down at the Lucky Pine site, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pine
It's a howling good time down at the Lucky Pine, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pine is the home of the Gresham Grey Wolves. We honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beers. And come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as the Grey Wolves take a 2-1 lead here into the top of the 4th inning. And the Grey Wolves will send Josh Adams, Ben Clanky, and Michael Breen to the plate here in the 4th. Grey Wolves scoring 2 runs in the first inning as Curtis Perrin, Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. led off the inning with 2 straight singles, and Ryan Rodriguez singled as well, which scored Curtis Perrin. Ryan Rodriguez moved to second base on a ground out by Connor Zickafoos, and Ryan Smith sacrifice flied, which scored Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. The first pitch to Josh Adams is low and outside for ball number 1. Josh Adams out of UC Santa Barbara. Josh Adams laces the 1-0 pitch right at the right fielder, who is playing very deep on the play. Sounded really good off the bat, but the right fielder was there to make the catch. That's A.J. Sawyer. He'll throw it back in. And Ben Clanky will step into the batter's box with 1 out here in the inning.
22, Ben Clanky. And your batter.
Ben Clanky popped up to the catcher in his last at-bat. The first pitch to Ben Clanky is a called strike at the knees. The left-handed batter with a gray barreled bat and a black handle. Wearing number 22, full black socks, as he sees the 0-1 pitch. It's a curveball. Chops it right side towards the second baseman, LeCrone, who makes a throw over to first base, which brings up Michael Breen. Michael Breen walked in his last at-bat in the second and moved over to second on a walk as well to Curtis Perrin. As Michael Breen will look to be the third batter for the Grey Wolves to reach base twice in a row. As the first pitch Michael Breen sees is a off-speed pitch right down the middle for strike number 1. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Delivery from Algram is low, so it's going to be a 1-1 count. One count. 2 outs to the San Jose State shortstop. Outside for ball number 2 from the Pacific University pitcher, Cody Algram.
You can't buy beer.
2-1 count. Delivery. Inside. Strike number 2 called by the home plate umpire as Michael Breen now looks at a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 4th. Grey Wolves lead 2-1, scoring 2 runs in the first. Just like last night, as the 2-2 pitch is a curveball. Low in the dirt, bounced before the plate. As the count is now full, and the payoff pitch from Cody Algram will take place just seconds away. As Algram comes set, delivers. It's a fastball, swung on, chopped over the top of the head of Algram. Second baseman Leckrone ranging to his left, up the middle to his right, and making a throw over to first base to retire Michael Breen. As the Grey Wolves go down in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Heading into the 4th inning here in Kelowna. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters you know and trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of safety characters, crooked wheels, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young child.
Bowen Ogata will step into the batter's box for the Kelowna Falcons, facing off against Gresham Grey Wolves starter David Wallum, as David Wallum is the only starter left in the ballgame, as Cameron Jack lasted just 2 innings of work. As the first pitch from Wallum to Ogata is a fastball called strike. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball outside for ball number 1. As David Wallum and the Grey Wolves have a 2-1 lead and are hanging on to it here in the 4th. Nobody out, nobody on, as the 1-1 pitch is hit and popped up into center field, and Ryan Smith will range out to his left in front of him and catch it in right center field for the first out of the inning, which will bring up Daniel Neist. Daniel Neist walking in his last at-bat and scoring the only run for the Falcons. That came in the 2nd inning. He led off the inning with a walk, moved to second on a sacrifice bunt, and scored on a single by Brent Sita, the catcher. The first pitch from Wallum is belt high outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Daniel Neist 6'5", so a bigger strike zone for David Wallum here. As the strike zone gets bigger, the taller the batters are. 0-1 pitch. Changeup swung out in front of it by Nist, and it's going to be an 0-2 count. Great pitch selection by Ian Sanderson, the pitching coach, to call, as David Wallum completely fools Nist on that pitch. 0-2 count, 1 out. Another changeup. This time, Nist gets a little piece of it. High fly ball left side, and Michael Breen, the shortstop, will get underneath it and record the second out of the inning. Bringing up Jesse Moore, the left fielder for the Falcons, after the pop-up by Daniel Nist. Jesse Moore sacrificed bunt in the second inning, moved Daniel Nist to second base. As the first pitch to Jesse Moore is a called strike from David Wallum. David Wallum coming set, delivering. The 0-1 pitch is slapped into center field right at Ryan Smith, so 3 up, 3 down for David Wallum here yet again, as the Grey Wolves will head to the top of the 5th inning after 2 straight 3 up, 3 down innings from David Wallum here at Elk Stadium. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball as the Grey Wolves hold a 2-1 lead. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves. Registration is $25 all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information,
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Perkins at 503-890-890.
Cody Algrim will step back out on the mound for the Falcons as Curtis Perrin, Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., and Ryan Rodriguez will be the 3 batters guaranteed at bats here in the 5th, as the Grey Wolves hold on to a 2-1 lead and look for more runs here in Kelowna, Canada, as Curtis Perrin will step into the batter's box to lead off the inning for the Grey Wolves. Curtis Perrin walked in his last at-bat in the second inning and singled in his first at-bat in the first before coming around to score on a single by Ryan Rodriguez. First pitch to Curtis Perrin is a ball. Low for ball number 1. The lefty Curtis Perrin steps into the batter's box, and he'll see a fastball outside and low for ball number 2. Two-0 now to the second baseman Curtis Perrin from Cody Algrim. As the 2-0 pitch is a called strike outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Cody Algrim from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And Curtis Perrin from Vancouver, Washington. Facing off here in Kelowna. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled into the back netting here of the backstop. That Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the right fielder, will go out, collect, and toss it to the home plate umpire, who will put the ball back into play, as the ball must be put back into play after a foul ball before play can resume. It's a 2-2 pitch, curveball right over the top of the plate, strike number 3, as Curtis Perrin will go down looking on strikes. The first strikeout for Curtis Perrin, the second for the Grey Wolves here in the game. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the right fielder, will step into the batter's box, looking for his first hit of the afternoon. First pitch to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is a called strike, who will put his left foot out of the batter's box, take his helmet off, push his hair back, and put the helmet back on before coming back into the batter's box to face the 0-1 pitch from Algram, which is high for ball number 1. One count, 1 out, nobody on as Curtis Perrin struck out looking in the first at bat of the inning. As the 1-1 pitch is a curveball inside for ball number 2. The 2-1 pitch is fouled out of play over the top of the Falcons dugout, as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. hitting .354 for the season with 8 RBIs. Faces off against Cody Algram. As a 2-2 pitch is a curveball. That's about 4 feet short, reaches about 54 feet there on the pitch, and is smothered by the catcher Sita. Full count. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. swung on. Ground ball left side. Cut off by Anchak. The throw over to first base is scooped up by the first baseman Nist to retire Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. on the hard hit ground ball left side. That'll bring up Ryan Rodriguez, who is 1 for 1 tonight with a single in the first and a walk in the third and a stolen base to his name. Looking to get on base for the 3rd straight time tonight, boasting a 1,000% on base percentage. First pitch to Ryan Rodriguez is a fastball out of third of the plate, called strike. With 2 outs in the inning, the Grey Wolves still leading 2-1. Score has stayed the same since the bottom of the second, as the 0-1 pitch is a changeup upstairs for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch is low again, and that brings a count to 2-1. It's a 2-1 count now with 2 outs. Grey Wolves lead 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch is laced up the middle, ground ball. Anchak cuts it off to his left and makes a strike over to Nist at first base to retire the side. So 2 ground outs and a strikeout for the Grey Wolves send them packing, as David Wallem and company will come back out for the bottom of the 5th inning here on Grey Wolves Live, as Grey Wolves hold on to a 2-1 lead heading to the bottom of the 5th here on Grey Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live, as David Wellham and company come back out for the bottom of the 5th inning, as an on-field promotion out in right field goes on. And it's a race between Ketchup relish and mustard,
A big win for Relish. Relish is one
as apparently Relish wins the race.
tonight.
As AJ Sawyer steps into the batter's box for the Falcons, facing off against 6'7" righty David Wallum. And the first pitch is inside at the knees for ball number 1.
Make some noise for right fielder A.J. Sawyer.
David Wallum's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to David Wallum. And the 6'7" righty comes out of the windup and delivers a fastball at the letters for ball number 2. David Wallum just signing his national letter of intent to play baseball at Pac-12 school Washington State up in Pullman, Washington. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball inside for strike number 1. Pullman, Washington, on the border between Washington and Idaho. A 20-minute drive over to Idaho, to Moscow, as the 2-0 pitch is skied out of play and hits a car, much to the pleasure of fans here as they ooh and ah, as the foul ball hits a car and might have dented a windshield, as the 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled into the glove of the catcher. The 2-2 pitch apparently, as A.J. Sawyer will go down swinging on strikes. That'll bring up Brent Sitta, the catcher for the Falcons. Brent Sitta singling in his first at-bat in the second, which scored Daniel Nist the only run for the Falcons, as the first pitch is a fastball with high velocity from David Wallum for the first strike of the at-bat. The 0-1 pitch inside for ball number 1, just inside, as David Wallum will come set, get his sign from Ben Klenke, the catcher out of Nebraska, and deliver the 1-1 pitch. Swung on curveball, high and deep left field, and Josh Adams will get underneath it, ranging to his left to make the catch for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up designated hitter Max Carter wearing number 8. And the Falcons are in their navy blue uniforms with red letters, white pants, and the Grey Wolves are in their gold jerseys with gold sleeves and digital camo front and backs with black numbers. First pitch swung on right at Josh Adams again in left field, and he'll make a high stepping catch, as a showboat effort would look like from a football player, high stepping into the end zone, and Josh Adams will toss the ball to the mound and go into the dugout, high five some teammates, and get ready for the Grey Wolves to bat here in the top of the 6th inning. Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here in the 6th, as the Grey Wolves will send Connor Zickafoose, Ryan Smith, and Mark Cardinale to the plate in the 6th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, and the Grey Wolves leading 2-1 here on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Ji-Young Lee has helped patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at Gresham Pediatric Dentistry.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves. Registration is $25 all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ball.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball, as Evan Jones will now step into and onto the mound after Cody Algrim lasted 3 innings in relief work. Evan Jones out of Missouri Western State, 6'1" righty, just finished up his junior year in Missouri. Evan Jones wearing number 25. As Connor Zickafoos, the third baseman for the Grey Wolves, will step into the batter's box and look to get his first hit of the afternoon. And the first pitch he sees is a ball outside for ball number 1. Connor Zickafoos out of Chapman University down in Orange, California, as the 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. If you're not at the ballpark and you're listening at home, and I stumble over the count, that is because I either missed a pitch or most likely the scoreboard operator missed a pitch, as the 3-0 pitch is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. As it looks like every single batter that has gone to the plate has had an incorrect count. So my scorekeeping requires, as the 3-1 pitch is lifted into left center field, and the center fielder Robertson will make the catch. As Ryan Smith, the center fielder, will step into the batter's box. And the lack of attention by the scoreboard operator means that I must write down every single pitch, which is a good habit to have as a broadcaster. You don't want to just rely on the scoreboard, because that's not even the official scoreboard. Official count is on the umpire's indicator, as the first pitch to Ryan Smith is inside for strike number 1. And the second pitch from Jones is a curveball inside again for strike number 2. And looks like the Mariners, if you're a Mariners fan, just beat the Royals in Kansas City 3-2, as the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball number 1. So the Mariners end their 4-game losing streak after winning 4 straight against Baltimore to beat the Royals, as the 1-2 pitch is a curveball, getting 58 feet of the 60 feet to the plate to make the count 2-2. 2-2 count, 1 out. Ryan Smith, broken bat down the third baseline. The bat goes almost as far as the ball, and the throw over from Ogata to Nist is in time to get Ryan Smith on the broken bat ground out. Just about all of the bat went down the third baseline and landed just before the end of the grass, where the grass meets the infield dirt here in Kelowna, as Ryan Smith will go back to the dugout and get a new bat for his next at-bat. As UC Davis designated hitter Mark Cardinale will step into the batter's box with Josh Adams, the left fielder, on deck. The first pitch he sees is grounded left side. Ogata will range back, squat down, make a catch, and throw the grounder over to the first baseman Nist to retire side 3 up, 3 down for the Grey Wolves. So 2 ground out to third base, and a pop up to center field is everything in the 6th, as we'll head to the bottom half of the frame here with the Grey Wolves still leading 2-1 here on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, a locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped a number of patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves baseball as the throw down from Ben Klenke is the second base. As shows we're ready to go here as the shortstop, Brad Anchak, will step into the batter's box for his second plate appearance here against David Wallum as David Wallum comes out for the sixth inning. Brad Anchak flying out to center in his first at-bat as the first pitch from David Wallum is a ball low in the zone. The 1-0 pitch is lifted over the top of Connor Zickafooz's head, but hooks foul just down the third baseline as the fans were oohing and awing over that hit there. A little bit of action to go with that play as the count is now 1-1 to Brad Anchak from 6'7" righty and starter David Wallum for the Grey Wolves as the off-speed pitch does not break enough to touch the plate. And it's going to be 2-1 now from David Wallum to shortstop Brad Anchak for the Falcons. This time the curveball is right over the top of the plate, and it's going to be a strike for strike number 2. 2-2 now. No outs, nobody on as Brad Anchak is the first batter for the Falcons here in the bottom of the sixth. 2-2 pitch, swung on, high fly ball. It's going to land just over the top of the press box on the concourse outside of the stadium here in Kelowna. Makes the count 2-2. As David Wallum will look to go 3 up, 3 down again for the third time in a row. And the fourth time in the game as 2-2 pitch is chopped foul towards the third base coach for the Falcons. And the count will remain 2-2. Two-two pitch. David Wallum comes set, delivers. Kurt Chopper, third base side, collected by Connor Zickafoos without moving, and makes a throw over to Rodriguez at first to retire Anchak for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up center fielder Chandler Robertson out of Murray State College, who is over 2 tonight. And has 2 singles in the series. As the first pitch from Wallum is a pitch outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is bunted right at Wallum down the side he falls off of after pitching and gallops over to make the defensive play and toss it over to Ryan Rodriguez as Chandler Robertson was attempting to get a bunt single there. But the 1-3 ground out on the attempted bunt single sends Robertson back to the dugout. Lane Lacrone, the second baseman, will step into the batter's box. He is also 0 for 2 tonight. As Lacrone posts a .292 batting average coming into the ball game. Sees a first pitch ball again from David Wallum, the 5'8" infielder from Fruitland, Idaho. Plays his baseball at Colorado Mesa in Mesa, Colorado, as the 1-0 pitch is skied high into center field, and Ryan Smith will make the grab. David Wallum will watch it into Smith's glove and walk back over to the dugout, sending the Falcons back to the dugout, 3 up, 3 down for the third straight time. As the Grey Wolves will come out for the 7th inning, leading 2-1 here in this tight ball game. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves. Registration is $45 is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Gresham Grey Wolves by the marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the
Welcome back to Elk Stadium here in Kelowna, Canada, as the Grey Wolves will send Josh Adams, Ben Klenke, and Michael Breen to the plate here in the 7th, with the Grey Wolves leading 2-1 after scoring 2 runs in the first, after Curtis Perrin and Jeffrey Minter Jr. reached base on a single and a walk respectively, and Ryan Rodriguez brought Curtis Perrin around on a single, and Ryan Smith's sacrifice fly brought in Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. First pitch to Josh Adams, tongue-twisting name there, is a ball outside for ball number 1. The second pitch to Josh Adams is another ball, so it's going to be 2-0 to the UC Santa Barbara product, who traveled with the team to Omaha in their first appearance there, as the 2-0 pitch is chopped to the right side, as Lane Lacrone will range to his left and make the play and retire Josh Adams for the inning. That'll bring up Ben Klenke after the ground out. And Ben Klenke, and at the new University of Nebraska, posting a .282 batting average, will step into the batter's box and see a first pitch strike as the fans go nuts here, as they are wanting discounted beer. And Ben Klenke is looking to get on base, as all Grey Wolf supporters are looking to see if Ben Klenke can get on base. And the 0-1 pitch is a curveball, just clipping the outer part of the plate. And the fans are getting louder as the count is now 0-2 with 1 out. And Ben Klenke is down to his last strike. The 0-2 pitch from Evans is a curveball, fouled off between the catcher and the left-handed batter Klenke to the backstop. And there's been a defensive substitution. Joey Crunkleton is now in right field for A.J. Sawyer, as the 0-2 pitch is up in the zone, and Ben Klenke checked his swing. The umpire quickly down to third base asking for an appeal. The third base umpire saying he did not go with the safe motion, and now the count is 1-2. Fans not happy about that one. The 1-2 pitch is way outside and high for ball number 2. That makes it 2-2 with 1 out in the inning. As Ben Klenke, .282 average, slaps one right side. First baseman ranging over, gets the throw and makes a throw, gets the ball and makes a throw over to Evan Jones, who had ranged over to first base, the pitcher, for the ground out. That'll bring up Michael Breen, who is 0 for 1 tonight after he walked in the second and grounded out in the fourth to the second baseman. Michael Breen batting from the right-hand batter's box, And he'll see a pitch up in the zone upstairs for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch from Evans. Michael Breen shows bunt, and it's upstairs again, letter high. And Michael Breen pulls back for a 2-0 count now. The 2-0 pitch from Evans is low again, and it's going to be 3-0 to Michael Breen, the infielder from San Jose State, down in San Jose, California. 3-0 pitch from Evans is right down the middle for strike number 1, as Michael Breen does not swing with a 3-0 count. Don't give the defense anything. Make him pitch to you. Make him throw a strike with a 3-0 count, as the 3-1 pitch is inside. Michael Breen will toss his bat to Curtis Perrin, walking up from the on-deck circle, as Michael Breen will get on base for the second time tonight via a walk. Curtis Perrin, the second baseman, wearing number 9, will step into the left-handed batter's box. One of 3 left-handed batters for the Grey Wolves. Excuse me, one of 4 in the lineup today, as the first pitch is a ball low and inside. Connor Zickafoose, a lefty. Josh Adams, a lefty. Ben Klenke, a lefty. And Curtis Perrin, a lefty. As the 1-0 pitch is chopped up the middle, and nobody can get to it from the middle infield. Anchak and Lacrone both running past it, not able to get there, as Curtis Perrin will get into first base with a 2-out single. So there's 2 outs and runners at first and second. Michael Breen at second base after a 2-out walk, and Curtis Perrin at first after a single. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. out of California will step into the batter's box. First pitch is a fastball outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. from Oakland, California. Had lunch with him as well today at McDonald's with David Wallum. Had a good quality chat with both of them today. As both runners are taken off on the play, and there's going to be no throw. It's going to be a double steal and 2 stolen bases for both Curtis Perrin and Michael Breen on the double steal. A good piece of batting and base running there, as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. did not offer at the pitch, and it should be a 1-1 count now. As the 1-1 pitch, excuse me, the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. The catcher, Sita, had no throw, as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the right-hand batter, kind of blocks the throw to third base, as the curveball is inside for ball number 2 and makes the count 2-2 now. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. not interfering with the play, as he did not move from his position in the batter's box. 2-2 pitch swung on, and just gets a piece of it as the ball bounces back and lands right behind Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., who had moved on top of the plate as his weight had carried him forward on the swing. Ball just breezing by the left shoulder of the catcher. As Evan Jones and a Missouri Western will come set, deliver the 2-2 pitch outside for ball number 3, makes the count full with 2 outs here in the 7th. So it's a full count now. 2 outs. Grey Wolves lead 2-1, scoring both runs in the first. And the 2-1 pitch is grounded up the middle. Anchak makes the play and delivers a strike over to first base to retire the side with both runners in scoring position, as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. grounds out to the shortstop. We'll be back here after a short break as the Grey Wolves and David Wallum come back out for the 7th. And the Falcons will come back out to bat here in the 7th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell.
Welcome back here at Elk Stadium here in Kelowna, Canada, as David Wong comes out to face Bowen Ogata and delivers a first pitch strike to the third baseman. David Wallem out for what could be the second longest appearance of his Grey Wolves career, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Ogata for strike number 2. 0-2, no outs, nobody on as the leadoff batter Ogata swings and pops up a curveball. It's going to stay in the infield, and Curtis Perrin is going to range to his right and make the catch. Flip it over to Michael Breen, who throws it to Connor Zikafus to throw it around the horn. And there's one out here in the 7th. As Grey Wolves lead 2-1. Daniel Nist, the first baseman, wearing number 16, will step into the batter's box out of Western Nevada. The 6'5 freshman will hold a black piece of wood in his hands and not swing at the first pitch that he sees from David Wallem, which is an off-speed pitch. A little bit of a slider action there, and it's going to be a first pitch strike. 0-1, one out. As the fastball is low for ball number 1. It's a 1-1 count. 1 out. The 1-1 pitch is a slider again, swung on and missed. Way out in front of it is Nist. As David Wallem and company have 1 out in the inning, lead the Falcons 2-1. As the 1-2 pitch from Wallem is outside for ball number 2. The 2-2 pitch is inside, apparently. It looks right down the middle, as everybody was expecting the throw down to third base from catcher Ben Klenke. And with my headset on, I can't hear much, but I could hear the entire Grey Wolves dugout saying, "Where was that?" As the full count pitch is swung on and skied into the center field, and Ryan Smith will get underneath it and make the catch with little to no effort on the fly out to center.
Next up for your Kelowna Falcons.
So David Wallem now will pitch to Jesse Moore, the left fielder, who sacrificed in the second and was sent packing in the fourth as well. He's 0 for 2 tonight. As the first pitch is a fastball outside part of the plate for strike number 1. 0-1 pitch is a ball inside for ball number 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. It's the bottom of the 7th, and the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here at Elk Stadium. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, a slider way outside that Jesse Moore offers at to make the count 1-2 now. 2 outs. David Wallum working from the windup, delivers 3/4 slot action inside. Strike number 3 as Jesse Moore gets rung up looking, and the Grey Wolves will head back to the dugout, put some helmets on, batting gloves on, and grab some lumber and look to give David Wallum some more room after the second strikeout of the evening, as Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here, and we'll head to the 8th inning here on Grey Wolves Live. Grey Wolves lead 2-1.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves. Registration is $45 open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1880.
Leading off the top of the 8th.
Ryan Rodriguez will step into the batter's box as Sweet Caroline, the classic baseball song, belted at Fenway Park, is completed as Ryan Rodriguez steps into the batter's box with his neon batting gloves. And he looks at a first pitch fastball low in the zone for ball number 1. Ryan Rodriguez is 1 for 2 tonight, and with a walk and an RBI as he looks at another pitch low in the zone for ball number 2. And the 2-0 pitch is outside for ball number 3. So Ryan Rodriguez again with a 3-0 count. The last time he had a 3-0 count, he walked on 4 straight pitches. That came back in the 3rd inning. The 3-0 count is a fastball right down the middle this time. And the count is going to be 3-1 to Ryan Rodriguez, the first baseman for the Grey Wolves tonight, with Connor Zickafoos, the left-handed third baseman. Left-handed batting third baseman. Right-handed batter is on deck. 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Ryan Rodriguez, and the count is now full. Ryan Rodriguez hitting .234 on the season. He's going to swing and hit the 3-2 pitch into shallow right center field. And the catcher, LaCrone, was way out there, and he made the catch in what looks like more of a right fielder or a center fielder position to make the catch. But Lane LaCrone playing very deep in the hole at second base, about 6 feet from the infield, makes the catch out in right center field. Connor Zickafoos now into the batter's box, hitting .243 on the season in summer baseball, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Yo, 1 pitch is slapped in the hole. Line drive that gets past the shortstop and the third baseman, and Connor Zickafoos gets his first single of the evening here in the 8th. That'll bring up Ryan Smith, the center fielder, who hit cleanup last night. Ryan Smith had 2 doubles in the game. Also walked, going 2 for 4. as Ryan Smith brings a 3.33 batting average to the batter's box. And he's going to swing at the first pitch he sees, and it's going to go deep into left field, but Jesse Moore is going to make the catch on the run over his shoulder to record the second out of the inning. Off the bat, it looked like that one was going to get down out in deep left field, but a great jump and a good route by Jesse Moore makes the play look a lot easier than it actually was. Mark Cardinale now steps into the batter's box, wearing number 25 at UC Davis. Connor Zickafoose over at first base after his one-out single. As a pitch from Evan Jones is swung on and just getting a piece of by Cardinale and goes to the backstop. The 0-1 pitch from Evan Jones will come in just a second. It's a curveball swung on and missed by Cardinale in the dirt that Sita smothers to keep Zickafoose over at first base. One count. As the 0-2 pitch actually, as scoreboard is incorrect again. Is fouled into the backstop. Evan Jones coming set, 0-2. Curveball inside, ball number 1. Two outs. Connor Zickafoose at first base. As a pitch from Cardinale is hit over to third baseman Ogata, and he'll throw it over to Lane Lacrone at second base to record the out. As the Grey Wolves will head back out to play defense. And David Wallum will come back out to start the 8th. Here in Kelowna, you're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Grey Wolves hold on to a 2-1 lead heading to the bottom of the 8th inning here on Grey Wolves Live.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America,
David Wallum comes out for the 8th inning as the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here. Wallum still in contention for the win here as the Grey Wolves scored 2 runs in this first inning. As David Wallum will throw a first pitch to Joey Crunkleton, who is now in for A.J. Sawyer. Crunkleton will foul off the first pitch he sees down the third baseline. The 0-1 pitch from Wallum, swung on. Chopper right side. Curtis Perrin backing up, makes the throw. Sidearm over to Ryan Rodriguez to record the out, the first of the inning. So David Wallum looking to see if he can go another 8 innings like he did in his last appearance against Kitsap, in which he went 8 innings, allowing just 1 hit. And in his opinion, the hit was not a hit. Should have been an error, as he said that the throw from the third baseman to the first baseman was dropped. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is not going to be able to get to that one. A diving play. The first hit from Brent Sita as he's rounding first base, round second, and he's going to stand up at second base with a double here with 1 out in the inning as the Grey Wolves lead 2-1.
Make some more noise for Max Carter.
That'll bring up Max Carter after Sita's 1-out double down the first baseline. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. was hustling as hard as he could to get to that one, and it looked like he kind of just lost his footing and stumbled forward and didn't really get a chance to dive at that ball. And the ball got past him as he fell to his knees, got up, went to the ball, and threw it in to keep Sita at second base. David Wallem will pick up his left foot and turn around to keep Sita at second base. Sita with 1 stolen base on the season, as the first pitch to Max Carter is a ball. Brent Sita, this tying run is down at second base as the 1-0 pitch is fouled off over the top of the umpire's head. Bangs off the pole and falls back down onto the grass. One count. Tying run at second base as the curveball is low, but a called strike. So it's going to be 1-2 with 1 out now from David Wallem. He'll look over at Curtis Perrin, giving him pickoff plays, tapping on his glove, wrist, and elbow a little bit. Possibly a bluff, as the pitch will come home. 1-2, lifted left field. Josh Adams getting underneath it. Lots of time. He's going to make the catch and throw it in quickly and keep Sita at second base. So there's going to be 2 outs now as Max Carter flies out to left field, bringing up number 9 batter Brad Anchak. Time will be called here as Brad Anchak will go and have a little discussion with the third base coach about this at-bat. 2 outs in the inning. The tying run is Brent Sita down at second base after a 1-out double down the right field line. David Wallem will come set, look back at Sita at second base and deliver. And it's going to be low for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is low again. So it's going to be a 2-out count with 2 outs. Brad Anchak will step back into the batter's box, wearing number 1, as that's the same number as Jeff McCauley. And the 2-0 pitch is grounded left side. Michael Breen gets it cleanly and makes a great throw over to Ryan Rodriguez at first base to retire the side to get David Wallem out of that 1-hit jam. 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base as the Grey Wolves get out of that one after that ground out to the shortstop. So the Grey Wolves will head to the 9th with a 2-1 lead, and the Grey Wolves will send Josh Adams, Ben Clanky, and Michael Breen to the plate here in the top of the 9th inning. It's the last at bats possibly here in Kelowna, Canada for the Grey Wolves, and they'll look to make it count here on Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves. Registration is $45 is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball. As the throwdown from catcher Sitta is into second base, and Josh Adams will come into the batter's box. In the ninth.
Left fielder Josh Adams.
Josh Adams, the lefty, Ben Klenke, the lefty, and Michael Breen, the shortstop. Right-handed batter will be the three batters for the Grey Wolves here in the ninth. And the first pitch to Josh Adams is outside for ball number 1. One-0 pitch is grounded right side, muffed by the first baseman, but he's going to be able to gather it up. And Nist will throw it over to Evan Jones, to retire Josh Adams.
Next up, the catcher, number 22, Ben Klenke.
Ben Klenke, the catcher, will step into the batter's box. And unless they're still selling beer here past the 7th inning, there shouldn't be a beer batter here in this inning. First pitch is a curveball way upstairs for ball number 1. 1 out. Grey Wolves still leading 2-1. And the 1-0 pitch is low again for ball number 2. So Evan Jones will step back onto the rubber. A 2-0 count to catcher Ben Klenke. 1 out in the inning. He's going to swing and slap one just past the first base bag in foul territory. As Ben Klenke will now have a 2-1 count here in the ninth. Grey Wolves scored in the first. And the 2-1 pitch is going to get slapped over the top of the first baseman's head and land in fair territory in right field for a ninth inning 1-out single for Ben Klenke. His first hit of the afternoon. And I realized this afternoon, as Michael Breen steps into the batter's box, that I didn't go over the players of the game last night. Player of the game last night goes to Ryan Smith, who had 2 doubles and 2 RBIs in the game with a walk, as the second pitch to Michael Breen is low, and Ben Klenke's going to get all the way to second base on the pitch. And that should go down as a wild pitch as it hit the dirt. So it's 1-0. 1 out. And shown bunt by Michael Breen, but it's low, so it's going to be ball 2. Ben Klenke down at second base. Grey Wolves looking to tack on some base runners and some runs here in the ninth. Holding on to a 2-1 lead here at Elk Stadium in beautiful British Columbia, Canada, in the city of Kelowna. 2-0, delivered outside. 3-0 count now to Michael Breen. Michael Breen with 2 walks tonight. He's technically only 0 for 1. As Michael Breen will most likely not be swinging at this 3-0 pitch. And it's going to be outside for ball number 4. So the third 4-pitch walk of the evening for the Falcons. And Michael Breen will take a free base for the 3rd time tonight. So last night's player of the game, as the third base coach and the manager will go out and make a pitching change for Evan Jones. We'll chat a little bit here instead of taking a break. Goes to Ryan Smith for last night's effort. He doubled in the first, scoring both Jack Johnson and Dylan Doherty. So a double and 2 RBIs in the first. He walked in the third and he doubled in the 5th to lead off the 5th. So the 2 for 4 night with a walk, getting on base 3 times, earns Ryan Smith the player of the game from last night. The player of the game in game 1 is going to be shared by Ryan Smith and Ben Klenke. Ben Klenke had 1 hit. He went 1 for 4, but he drove in both runs on a single in the 4th inning. So Ben Klenke and Ryan Smith, who went 1 for 3 with a walk, will be the 2 players of the game. As I'm told, the new pitcher for the Falcons is Jared Morton out of UC Riverside, 5'10" righty. As there's 1 out in the inning. And Evan Jones will leave with 3 1/3 inning, and he is responsible for the runners on first and second. He walked 2, allowed 3 hits. As
Back to the announcer's booth, please. Back to the announcer's booth.
the Grey Wolves will look to tack on some runs here in the top of the 9th inning and gave David Wallum some room, as there's nobody moving in the dugout and nobody moving in the bullpen, as Curtis Perrin will step into the batter's box for the Grey Wolves here in the top of the 9th inning, and 1 out. The first pitch to Curtis Perrin is outside, a fastball just missing ball number 1, as the umpires will readjust their positioning. First base umpire will go back to the first base line in position A, and the third base umpire will move into position C behind home, behind the pitcher, as the 1-0 pitch is inside, forcing Curtis Perrin to jump back a little bit. It's going to be 2-0 now. To the left of the rubber, if you're looking at the rubber from behind the plate. 2-0, 1 out. 2-0 pitch, swung on and fouled off. And this one's going to get into the street adjacent to the ballpark. So Curtis Perrin now with a 2-1 count. With 1 out and teammates at first and second. Ben Klenke at second base. Michael Breen at first base. And the delivery from Morton is swung on and skied into left field. Jesse Moore will get underneath it and retire the second out of the inning. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will step into the batter's box with 2 outs. And 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position, as the Grey Wolves are down to their last out here in the 9th. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk, as the first pitch he sees is a ball outside for ball number 1. Ben Klenke at second base after a walk and advancing to second on a wild pitch. As the 1-0 pitch is outside, and there's going to be a back pick over the top of the second base, and Ben Klenke is going to get into third base, standing up, and Chandler Robertson bobbles the ball in center field and throws the ball to nobody, and nobody's covering home plate, but Ben Klenke is not going to advance. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is jumping up and down, waving Ben Klenke home, but the third base coach, Justin Barkus, not waving Ben Klenke home, as Chandler Robertson slips in the outfield and bobbles the ball, allowing Michael Breen to move on the throw down. And E2 moves everybody up a bag, as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. now with a 2-0 count. As a 2-0 pitch is outside for ball number 3. And both runners are now in scoring position for the Grey Wolves. As the 3-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Interesting choice to swing on a 3-0 pitch. But it's 3-1 now, 2 outs, runners at second and third. As a pitch from Morton is slapped foul. Just getting a piece of it was Mitchell Jr. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Grey Wolves are down to their last strike of the ball game, leading 2-1. All 3 runs being scored in the first 2 innings. And the full count pitch is outside, ball 4. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is going to load the bases on the walk. And he'll go into first base. And Ryan Rodriguez will step up to the batter's box and up to the plate. 1 for 3 tonight with a single in the first inning, scoring Curtis Perrin. The first pitch to Ryan Rodriguez is a called strike on the outer part of the plate. It looked like it was the exact same location as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr.'s walk. Payoff pitch. But it's called a strike. As Ryan Rodriguez will wave his tan piece of lumber out with his left hand, bringing it back, and then it's going to be the 0-1 pitch is going to be low. And it's going to be a 1-1 count now as Ryan Rodriguez will step out of the batter's box, readjust his neon and red gloves, grab the bat with both hands, tap the bat on the plate, wave it around a little bit, and step back into the batter's box with a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch outside, ball number 2. As Ryan Rodriguez looks to see if he can get some base runners moving here. And put a little stress on the Falcons in their navy blue jerseys. 2-1 pitch, delivered low. Ball number 3. As Ryan Rodriguez now has a 3-1 count with 2 outs. And a ball would walk in a run and give Ryan Rodriguez another RBI. So the 3-1 pitch, Jared Morton comes set out of UC Riverside, delivers, and it's going to be up in the zone, so it's going to be a 5-pitch walk to Ryan Rodriguez, and he's going to get another RBI on the walk moving everybody up a bag and scoring Ben Clanky.
Next up, third baseman Connor Zickafoos.
That'll bring up Connor Zickafoos, the third baseman, after Morton has allowed 2 straight walks. First pitch, Zickafoos sees, he slaps it high into shallow right center field, and Crunkleton, the new right fielder, will come in and make the grab
One run on one hit, 3 walks.
to leave 3 base runners on after 1 run is scored,
3, Kelowna 1.
a bunch of walks, and 1 hit, as the Grey Wolves leave 3 base runners
Time for a 3-game series.
and move the score to 3-1, as the Grey Wolves now have a 2-run lead heading to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Kelowna, Canada. David Wallum out on the mound, see if he can get a complete game. 1-run ball game here as the Grey Wolves look to preserve this 3-1 lead here in Kelowna. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum-ba-da-dum, you are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford, where I'll donate $100.
It's the 9th inning here as Chandler Robertson, the leadoff batter, will step into the batter's box here in the 9th. As the first pitch to Robertson is a strike from David Wallum coming out for the 9th inning. As David Wallum is now on the mound for his longest appearance of the season, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled into the glove of Ben Clanky, the catcher from Nebraska. As David Wallum has gotten ahead early in this count, 0-2 to Chandler Robertson. The 0-2 pitch is a chaser pitch outside for ball number 1 that Robertson does not offer at. As David Wallum will get the sign from Ben Clanky, who gets it from pitching coach Ian Sanderson. Comes set, out of the windup, deliver, inside and high for ball number 2. 2-2 now. With no outs and the leadoff batter in the left-handed batter's box. Chandler Robertson wearing number 32. The 2-2 pitch from Wallum. Swung on and missed. But they're going to say he fouled it off, as nobody runs for the ball and Robertson does not run down to second. Excuse me, first base. He would run to first base on the pitch. So it's 2-2 now, and that pitch is way outside, as Ben Clanky has to jump at that one in the right-handed batter's box to keep that one in his glove. It's going to be a full count now. No outs. Chandler Robertson in the batter's box. He's going to swing. Fly ball, left field. And Josh Adams is going to get underneath it to record the first out of the inning here in the 9th inning. As the Grey Wolves are 2 outs away from a series sweep. As the Grey Wolves will now face Lane Lacrone. David Wallum still on the mound, facing off against second baseman Lacrone. As the first pitch to Lacrone is a ball outside. Lacrone is 0 for 3 tonight and is in his 4th at-bat here in the 9th with 1 out. David Wallum dealing right now as the 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outer third of the plate for strike number 1. David Wallum chopping them down here at 6-7 as the 1-1 slider is popped up in the middle of the infield. And Michael Breen on the left side will get underneath it to retire Lane Lacrone, bringing up Bowen Ogata here with 2 outs. And David Wallum is looking for a complete game, the second complete game of the series for the Grey Wolves if David Wallum can complete this 9 innings, as Spud Hyman went a full 9 in a 3-2 victory in game 1. As the first pitch is belt high for strike number 1 from David Wallum. And as you can hear, the fans are getting a little bit rowdy here, trying to cheer their team on, down 3-1 as the Grey Wolves lead 3-1 as the 0-1 pitch is a curveball low for ball number 1. Bowen Ogata, the third baseman, 0 for 3 tonight as well in his 4th at-bat. And the 0-1 pitch is going to stay in the ballpark and land just outside of the seats here in front of the press box. So it's going to be 1-2 count now. And the Grey Wolves need one more strike to win this one, and the 1-2 pitch is outside. And it's 1-2 now still. Two outs, David Wallum. 1-2 pitch, swung on. Right side, over the top of Curtis Perrin, jumping. And it's going to get down for a 2-out single here in the 9th inning. As all 5-7 of Curtis Perrin was unable to get to that one in his full leaping effort. As the Grey Wolves just need 1 out here in the inning. As Daniel Nist will step into the batter's box here as the tying run now steps up to the plate. David Wallum will get his sign for Ben Klenke, look over at first base at Bowen Ogata and deliver, and it's going to be a fastball low. And everybody is now in the dugout for the Grey Wolves. There was a couple members still in the bullpen, just chilling on the bench there in the bullpen, but now they're all in the dugout waiting for the 9th inning as the 1-0 pitch is skied into deep center field. Ryan Smith gets underneath it and makes a catch, and David Wallum is pumped up about this one, gives a hug to Ben Klenke, gets a high five from his teammates, and is kind of mugged as David Wallum goes a complete 9 innings as the Grey Wolves sweep the series from Kelowna here in Canada for the first series sweep of the season. Grey Wolves win this one 3-1. We'll be back here to discuss how it all happened and the performances of the match and the game here in Kelowna, as the teams will shake hands and then go down their respective baselines to have a little team chat. Grey Wolves lead 3-1 here, win 3-1 here in Game 3 of this 3-game series, and we'll travel to Wenatchee tomorrow morning to face off against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham. The local name place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome to the Gresham Grey Wolves post-game show. Presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm.
Welcome to the post-game show. This is Fletcher Like, your broadcaster for tonight, as the Grey Wolves sweep the series here in Kelowna after a fantastic pitching performance by David Wallum, 6'7" righty who just signed his letter of intent to pitch at Washington State University down in Pullman, Washington. Down from here, up from Lynn Benton, his old university, which is down in Albany, Oregon. As the Grey Wolves win this one 3-1 in 9 full innings, scoring 2 in the first, and that's all they needed, as the Grey Wolves put up 3 in the game, 2 in the first and 1 in the ninth, with a bunch of zeros in the middle, as David Wallum allowed just 1 earned run in the game, which came in the second inning after Daniel Nist walked to lead off the second and was sacrificed over by Jesse Moore and was brought around to score on a Brent Sita single. Grey Wolves scored 2 runs in the first, Curtis Perrin singling to lead it off. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. then walked, moving everybody up base. Connor Zickafoos grounded out, but everybody moved up on the play. And before that, though, Ryan Rodriguez singled, scoring Curtis Perrin for the first run of the ball game. So Ryan Rodriguez with 1 RBI there. And a sacrifice fly by Ryan Smith brought Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. home for the second run of the ball game. Ryan Rodriguez then got another RBI after walking on 5 straight pitches in the ninth with the bases loaded. So 1 for 3 night for Ryan Rodriguez with 2 walks, earns him the player of the game after recording 2 RBIs in the game. But really, the player of the game goes to the pitcher David Wallum, who pitched one heck of a ball game, going a full 9 innings, allowing just 3 hits and just 1 run with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, facing 31 batters, as the new Washington State Cougar goes a full 9 for the first time in the summer, and the Grey Wolves take this one 3-1. We're going to take you around the Major League scoreboard here as the Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 6-5 in Boston. As I said earlier, the Mariners beat the Royals in Kansas City 3-2. The Padres traveled to LA and are losing to the Dodgers 8-4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Giants are leading the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 5th 4-2 in San Francisco. The Pirates beat the Cubs 8-4 at home. The Angels traveled to Baltimore and won 9-5. The Tigers lost at Toronto 6-0. Indians beat the Yankees 10-2 in Cleveland. The Nationals beat the Nets 3-1 in New York. Marlins beat the Reds in Miami. Texas Rangers beat the Minnesota Twins 6-5 in Texas. The Braves beat the White Sox in Atlanta 11-8. The Brewers beat the Cardinals 4-3 in Milwaukee. Astros beat the Athletics 10-9. And the Phillies beat the Rockies in Colorado 5-3. Take you a little trip around the West Coast League as the Grey Wolves win this one 3-1. The Bend Elks are in the top of the 8th inning. In Bend, beating the Walla Walla Sweets 10-2. The Victoria Harbor Cats and the Cowlitz Bears only lasted an hour and 54 minutes, with the Harbor Cats leading 5-0, as they will begin play here at 9 o'clock, as that one was postponed in the middle of the game due to rain. Yakima Valley Pippins are winning in Corvallis 7-0 at the top of the 9th inning. And the Kitsap Blue Jackets lead the Bellingham Bells 9-3 in Bellingham in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that's all the baseball around the West Coast League and around Major League Baseball, as the Grey Wolves win this one 3-1 and will face off against the Wenatchee Apple Sox tomorrow evening, as probable starter Gabe Benavides will take the mound for the Grey Wolves after the Grey Wolves sweep the series here in Kelowna 3-1. I'm your host, Fletcher Like, saying goodnight and goodbye from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.